Right now at 10, this Amazon facility shut down. The night shift canceled tonight after a deadly shooting in the parking lot caused chaos this afternoon.
He just bumped me. He told me to get out the way. He started shooting at everybody. He just started shooting.
So today I'm covering the Jumpout Squeeze hit, Jumpout Squeeze P4K. I've been wanting to cover this one for a while as well, but I just thought it would be a good time. It's been almost 3 years. I think it's been actually over 3 years since this happened, which is crazy. I said this in a bitch video. Time is going so fast. Crazy to me, but yeah, anyway, this is the Jumpout Squeeze hit. This hit is just very crazy because this is probably my favorite hit of Jacksonville Drill just because of how ballsy it was. They killed this dude outside of an Amazon facility in broad daylight in front of like dozens of people, and they got away with it. It's just crazy to me. I mean, I know JSO is like shit and they don't know how to do anything, but still, like the fact that this is probably one of the most impressive hits in Jacksonville. So I'm going to take you right to the shooting location. So Jacksonville actually has like a lot of Amazons, so it's kind of a bit hard to find, but didn't take too long. So on the north side of Jacksonville, it was this Amazon right here. I think News4Jax made a mistake because they said it was the Amazon Fulfillment Center. This isn't actually a fulfillment center. This is a distribution center, but you can see it's Pecan Park Road. This is where it happened. Right, Pecan Park Road right here. This is where it happened. It's kind of like isolated, so I guess it makes sense because I actually haven't seen the shooting location before. I thought they did it in like some sort of warehouse district, but this is actually kind of isolated, like a swamp nearby. Easy place to like throw a gun into like this like little into the swamp or whatever. So it's actually not too. It's not like very crowded area. So you know, like they had an pretty easy getaway. It was a pretty good location to do a hit. I thought it would have been in one of these like industrial districts, right, where it's like how are you gonna get out of here? There's cameras everywhere. But this this Amazon is pretty like isolated from the rest of the city, so it makes sense why they did it there. But yeah, as you can see, a 20-year-old man, that's Jumpout Squeeze, P4K. He was basically standing in line to apply at Amazon, and 2 people jumped out and killed him. So there was 3 people on this hit, 1 driver, 2 shooters, and this hit was done by 1200. I'm not going to say who, because I'm going to say one person's name, because he's dead, so he can't be indicted for anything, but allegedly Leaky was on this hit. It was, I believe this was his first body, or no, this was his second body, because he killed 3-5 before. This was his second body, his second and last body. Allegedly, he was on this hit. He was allegedly the driver. And then the other 2, the gunmen, I'm not going to say their names because they're both alive and they're both free right now. And one of them is a pretty famous rapper. He's actually pretty mainstream. And he makes some pretty good music. And then the other one is also a rapper, but he's not as popular, but he still makes really good music as well. They're both really, really talented. But yeah, these 3 were allegedly on the hit. But yeah, like, it was 1200's work. Allegedly, they got the drop from another rapper from ATK. I'm not going to say his name either because he is alive and free. But yeah, he allegedly, he either he was at the Amazon, saw him and called up 1200, or he had like someone there at the Amazon, like, I don't know, a friend or his girlfriend, called him, and then he called 1200 from there, and then they clocked him out. But yeah, one of the rappers who did this hit, he made an entire song basically talking about this hit. I'm not gonna say which song it is because then you'll know who did it, but you can find this all out. It's really. It's not that hard to find. You just got to know where to look. Obviously, this is all speculation. This case is still open. Like, no one has been caught for it, so this is all speculation. But allegedly, yeah. The people involved in this have hinted, again, like, a lot at their involvement, so it's kind of, it's stupid to say, oh, well, innocent until proven guilty, when these guys basically admitted they did it. One guy made an entire song talking about how they did the hit, how they escaped, everything that happened, even how he disposed of the gun. So I just don't really know what to say about, oh, innocent until proven guilty, all that, but whatever. But yeah, so 1200 did do this, allegedly. So what I'm trying to think is how this hit probably went down was he was in the line, so he was outside, and if you see the video, they missed a few shots and hit some windows. I think they actually accidentally shot some other bystanders in like the foot or something, but we'll probably have, they pulled up through here, Pecan Road, and then the shooting happened like around here, I think. Put it into street view. On like the southern side of the building, so like around here, I think, because it is a huge warehouse, but I think the shooting itself actually happened like around here, like in this general area. They pulled up, shot him, and then what probably happened was JSO said they arrived on the scene 3 minutes after the shooting, which is possible. That means that the 1200 guys must have been like super fast to get out of there, because must have pulled up here and then probably exited either through this way, this road, or this road, and then they must have as they were driving away, they probably hopped onto this highway, right? Because you can see the car right here. This is the car they used, so you could probably track it through CCTV. But this location is pretty far from 1200 territory, so it probably is. It's likely that they were able to lose the cops and lose the CCTV through just how far away it is, how many twists and turns they took to get out of there. But they probably jumped on here and then from there just took the highway down or down this way. Maybe they went through Arlington back to 1200, or they just kind of like went through the normal streets, the downtown sort of area. But either way, according to the song, the guy said that by the time they went back to the east side, which is where 1200 is, that cops were already here. Like, cops, they already knew who did this, and they were already in 1200 block, but somehow they were able to, like, escape. I don't know how. I mean, the guy says he jumped out of the car, jumped over a fence, and threw his Glock, and that's how he was able to get away. And then somehow, he literally says, like, somehow, he doesn't even know. He says somehow bro had got away. So that means the driver must have just somehow dipped somewhere, burned the car somewhere, like, I don't know, somewhere far away, and made his way back, because no one was ever caught for this hit. And there was no retaliation. No one was killed in retaliation. Leaky did die, but he wasn't killed by P4K. Now, the reason P4K might have been killed, he did, obviously, it's most likely op shit. He was very disrespectful. He'd been killed. P4K had been shot before this, actually. He had been shot, I feel like a couple months before, in like a strip mall on the west side, but he survived. And then he came back, dropped another song, dropped the most disrespectful song, and then he got killed this time. Another rapper, not the same guy who made the self-snitching song, he made a different self-snitching song. He's dissed him a ton of times, but he said in one of his songs he talks about how on his first drill he caught a op, but he didn't die. It hurt my feelings. Then I doubled back and clapped his ass, and now he's in my mentions. So I think that's talking about this, because he was shot before, he survived. The second time he didn't. So it seems like they finished the job this time. Also, Jumpout Squeeze in that song had basically said that one of the people involved in this had snitched, which was later revealed to be true. So it might make sense why he was killed, not just because he was being disrespectful, but because he was exposing sensitive information. Being labeled a snitch in the streets is never good. So if this guy said openly on a song that you snitched, you have to do something about that. You can't just like brush it off, be like, oh, whatever. Like, no, like, you gotta do something. You gotta handle that, you can't just be like, oh, whatever. Like, he was playing with his reputation. Now we know it is true that he snitched, but at this point, no one knew, so kind of makes sense why they had to knock him off. But yeah, that's Jumpout Squeeze hit. Let me know what hit you want to see next, and I'm out of here.